All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of our Johnny Manziel Connected Franchise Player Mode Madden 25 series. I am Tuxedo T-Shirt, and I welcome you on this beautiful Monday to episode number 11. Browns at Packers. Bound to come at you in a moment. First things first, something little to celebrate. First, aside from our 6-0 record, of course, first big thing to celebrate in this series, boom, Johnny Manziel, AFC Offensive Player of the Week in week number 6. Manziel, last episode on Happy Friday, went 17 of 31 for 267, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, and then also carried the football in on a touchdown, including 19 yards on the ground off 6 carries. Very exciting stuff. The first award he's received in his professional career. It took him just 6 games to get that together. Not bad, considering there are a wealth of players in the AFC on the offensive side of the football. 11 a squad plus some subs here and there, times 16 teams. A lot of guys to compete against. Obviously, quarterbacks, the skilled positions are going to get the huge balance of that. Not often you see, a center guard, for example, pick up one of those awards. Okay, it never happens, but it's still a great thing. Even when you just look at the other quarterbacks in the AFC who would have been up for this week. You got the Peyton Mannings, the Tom Bradys of the world going after that award, and Manziel takes it. Pretty stellar, pretty exciting, and something to celebrate for sure. Just a small thing, but we're just getting started here. And with a 6-0 record sitting atop the AFC North, Johnny Manziel wins the Player of the Week award. His first, I'll say this, it's important because it's his first individual accolade. The first time he himself, as an individual, has won an award, which is exciting. Hopefully. It's not the last time he wins such an award. Take something home. Be wonderful to see him take home, I don't know, maybe Offensive Rookie of the Year this season. Who knows? In practice, first snap, Ben Tate bounces the ball back for absolutely no reason. Gains 1 yard, brings up 3rd and 9. Manziel gonna have to sling it in here to get the first down. Slot option receiver Andrew Hawkins taken off here. Could be a risky throw to get it to him. He, as a bit of a diminutive guy, often not a guy who's going to come open on that extended route. However, the blitz comes. He's got to undercut the safety, doesn't. Andrew Hawkins just doesn't get inside on that one. Manziel, I thought that was a great throw. It certainly led the receiver inside. Hawkins just wasn't able to fall in line. And the strong safety for the practice team comes up, bats it down with his big old right hand. And Zoltan Mesko comes in to punt this one away. This punt will fall with 4:17 left in the practice scenario. The return man, he's got space up the right-hand side. Finally, Mesko brings him down. But we do not net a lot of yardage on that play. The practice team returns that one well within Browns territory. Amazing field position in the offense for the practice team. In addition to chewing about 90 seconds off the clock, it's a field goal out of that. All in all, not bad, considering that the Browns defense, that is, came on already with the opposing team in scoring position. Not bad for them to get that. This time, Hawkins does a great job sitting right down there nicely in front of the zone coverage. Free safety that time, comes up and makes the tackle, but not before Hawkins just sits down, makes the reception, and good gain there for about 16 yards. With 2:16 left before the break, likely the last play before the 2-minute warning. Hawkins undercuts the route. He's been a popular target in practice today. Targeted 3 times, makes 2 catches, and that will get us to the 2-minute warning. We should do our best to try and use up as much of these 2 minutes as possible. We are almost in field goal range. I would say we are. Well, it's a 55-yarder from here. So let's just say, though we may or may not be in Cundiff range, certainly we're not in the range where any kicker is extremely reliable. And so we're wanting to get another first down, but we'd like to use as much time up as possible. Ben Tate goes around the right side. There are some great blocks on that right side, really sealing that edge, allowing Tate to use his speed to the outside. And that's huge because that really takes the pressure off for the rest of this series of downs. 2nd and 2 upcoming. Anytime you get in 2nd and 2, great things are bound to happen because you can use really high or low percentage plays on 2nd and 3rd downs, depending on what you're feeling, to get those last 2 yards. Sometimes, I talk about this too, when you got 2nd and inches, for instance, throw the ball up on 2nd down, or at least call a play that'll allow you to take a chance. Don't necessarily have to throw the football. If things don't line up, you just throw it away. Take it as a free play. It goes for an incompletion, and on third down, boom, you run it up the gut, you get the first. Here we play it more conservatively with time being short, but we get 4 yards up the gut. Tate doing a nice job pounding the football in there, and nice runs back-to-back. Tate has been hit and miss this season. He's had some really strong games. He's had a few games that were, let's just say, not as strong. Here we go to Gordon over the middle. He's thrust back, but not before he gets a 5-yard gain. Clock running. We'll look to pick up the pace just a little bit. We do have just 21 yards to go. We are in what I would call guaranteed field position with a timeout, so no rush necessarily to get in the end zone. Cameron's going to try, and that's picked off. The corner, probably should not have thrown that football. The corner should have been covering Holmes. Holmes, I guess, held up with his route a little bit, and the practice team kneels this one out. Browns lose practice. My expectation with the man coverage there was for Gordon, I believe that was in the slot, to come open on the post, or pardon me, that was Cameron. Holmes, who was supposed to be clearing out of the out route, did a fine job. The coverage just didn't stick super close to him, allowed him to pinch up and kind of cheat on the route and pick it off for actually the player he wasn't even covering, which is too bad. Should have seen that as a possibility. Some of these corners in this game are just unbelievably athletic. So that being what it is, let's get on to what really matters, the game. Browns at Packers. Browns 6-0. They currently sit atop the AFC North with a 3-game cushion, which is wonderful. You never want to rest your laurels on a lead that you have in your division, but at the same time, being up in the standings is a great thing. It allows you to, if you inevitably play a rough game here or there, it certainly gives you the opportunity to take advantage of that cushion. Now, of course, our goal is never to take advantage of the cushion, but instead to extend it until we are guaranteed the top spot in the AFC East playoff race. But hey, if we can certainly extend that today, we'll take it. The Packers, obviously a very tough team. Aaron Rodgers, a quarterback we're very familiar with from our Buffalo Bills Connected Franchise fantasy draft series that we did on this channel starting in about September of last year, when this game was more or less brand new. It had been out for maybe 3 weeks tops when that series debuted. Went on for about 4 months. I want to say it ended about just after Christmas time. It was a relatively long series, very comprehensive, 2 full seasons, and very, very in-depth. Check that out if you guys have not already done it, and you have at least a moderate amount of interest in it. Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback there for the Buffalo Bills. Hard to see Rodgers in a Buffalo Bills uni, but it did happen, folks. It did happen. First drive for the Packers. Appears as though they got at least one first down. Eventually ended. They punted. Browns take over at their own 22-yard line. Breaking back in a zone coverage. Manziel going to take off. He slides. Clay Matthews came ripping inside from the pass coverage at the sideline. Looked like he wanted to take Manziel's head off. Fortunately, Manziel gets down. That is something that I need to do a better job of, I know full well. Getting Manziel down when it is time to slide. He has been, we've been a little sketchy, and that should be Sam Shields coming up to make the play there, breaking that one up. Cameron had his body in position to set. Hawkins was open down the stretch, didn't want to take that chance to throw that football. In retrospect, probably should have. Would have been a higher percentage play in reality than the one I did end up throwing. Here we're going to roll to the right-hand side with Holmes. We'll get Gordon running across. Hawkins just clearing out on this play. Tate, I like the delayed route in blue there. He'll be our last cry. Unfortunately, we check down to Holmes, who does a great job there. 8-yard reception. Holmes, I've been critical of him this season when it comes to making catches in tight spaces. He's been very guilty so far this season of making catches in tight quarters, and the first time he has contact made, gets blown up and drops the football. Fortunately there, he made the catch in tight quarters and was able to hold on to the football, even as he was converged upon by 2 defenders. That's what I like to see. On first down there, just a 2-yard run up the gut to Mr. Tate. Not a great run, but we'll take it. We'll quickly also, after this play, where we go to Josh Gordon over the middle, who gets the first down, we will go through the depth chart. Some people calling, by the way, in the comments. I hear you guys loud and clear who are asking for Josh Gordon to take the top spot. What I think I would like to do, and personally, here's the reality. I would love to set him up there and have him be the top receiver on certain formations. The reality, however, is I cannot set that. I cannot predetermine that with different packages as you can in other modes of this connected franchise, the way it's set up. And so at this time, he's going to stay in the slot position. However, I would like to manually, with the depth chart, play with that a little bit, keep him in the one slot at the beginning of games for a little bit, and then we can bounce it around that. Just keep experimenting is basically my point. Quickly getting through the Packers depth chart, Aaron Rodgers, no more to be said. Eddie Lacy, the AFC Offensive Rookie of the Year last year. In real life here, he is he's a good back, absolutely good back. Fullback John Kuhn, veteran. He is another one of the Buffalo Bills from our series. Randall Cobb, who's injured. So Jordy Nelson, Jared Brederis, rookie starter, 6'1", 190 there. Chris Harper and Devontae Adams, another rookie, the third and fourth option wide receivers. Fred Davis, the former Redskin, I believe, starting at tight end. Brandon Bostic and Richard Rodgers, the remaining tight ends. Brian Bulaga missed last season an extensive amount of the year with an injury. Here he's back at left tackle. Left guard, Josh Sitton. Center, J.C. Treader. Right guard, T.J. Lang. Right tackle, Derek Sherrod. That's the offensive line. Here's the defensive guys. The guys we're going to see: Adam Carricker at left end. Right end, Mike Neal. Defensive tackle, B.J. Raji. He's the big old nose tackle, 6'2", 337, who's going to be a handful for our interior offensive line today. Julius Peppers, moving over from the Bears to play outside linebacker there. A.J. Hawk and Carl Bradford will be the middle linebackers. Right outside linebacker, Clay Matthews. What's left to be said about Matthews? The guy is legit. Tremont Williams, Casey Hayward, Sam Shields, and Devon House will be the corners. And Charles Godfrey, Danielle Manning, the safeties. I sincerely hope that Clinton Dix will be the backup come the season. However, that is the way things worked out at this point. Mason Crosby, the kicker. Tim Mastay, the punter. Randall Cobb would be the returner. He's out, so Jordy Nelson looks to take on the kick return role. Danielle Manning, the punt return role. So that's it, guys. That's what we're up against today. And so far, we're driving. We not dominant in our drive that we have going here, but we have put together a couple of first downs, which is great. Mostly through the air, mostly relatively conservative. But we are now on the Green Bay half of the field on 1st and 10 from their 48. Here we're just going to roll left, go to Burleson. If he comes open, he does not. Matthews there, a bad throw from Manziel. He was looking at Holmes, who was coming over the entire field. Manziel was backing up just a little bit away from pressure, did not get his feet set. I hoped to have enough time there for him to get his feet set. The reality was he just didn't. It didn't happen. Let's just say that. It did not happen, and the result is a bad throw. Not a huge deal, though. First down. Big blitz here coming for the Packers. Manziel tries to get it off, cannot. Gordon, I think, would have come wide open there over the middle, provided he was able to get a good hard step in his route. The reality is the pressure comes up the gut. Manziel did get the ball off, so it doesn't go down as a sack. However, that will go down as an incompletion. 3rd and 10, back-to-back incompletions. The first play, just a bad throw for Manziel. That play, just a little late pulling the trigger on my part. 3rd and 10, Burleson clearing out, Gordon going for it all. It'll be interesting to see how the free safety responds here. Cameron, I also love his route, the little corner double move. We'll see how this play works out. Gordon, we're going up for him. Aggressive play call. He gets behind the safety and a big first down. Zone coverage. Gordon finds the hole. Manziel goes for it all there. I believe Cameron was open on the slightly more conservative route there. And Gordon just gets in behind Godfrey. And, wow. So a rare time where I go for the more aggressive play. We really sling it in there to Gordon, and Manziel just gets off a perfect pass. Credit to him for that one. We look to hand it off to Tate here. He bounces it back. Not a terrible decision. I don't think there was a lot available off the right-hand side. That goes for 2 yards. So far, not a lot of run support. 2 carries for 4 yards for Ben Tate, who had a good practice today, relatively speaking, but has been quiet here, to say the least. being flanked by two halfbacks. Manziel will move the pocket here. He'll dump it off to Dion Lewis, who actually gets up the sideline. Nice job by him not taking the super weird wide turnout that a lot of our players do in this game. Not just the Browns, but in Madden 25 in general. And many Madden games previous to this one. It's a common weird programming issue that I've been very critical of on this channel, and I won't complain about any further. I'll just say that. 3rd and 4, we're looking to go short here. Gordon comes open on the double move. He tries to put his head down, fumbles the football, and it's picked up by the Packers. Packers with the football. Hayward tackled there by Joe Thomas, the left tackle. But the Packers have the football, and they are going to have an opportunity to drive the field here. We go through about as quickly as we can, and they put up a field goal. They take the ball from their own 8-yard line, put up a field goal, and that's a pain. When you put together a drive that covers the length of the field and you get a turnover, my goodness. Because it means you've been on the field forever. Your guys are tired, and you don't really have a lot to show for it. That's a real drag. Looking to be a free safety blitz. Nope, free safety doesn't come. However, wide open on the sideline, provided the defender doesn't get there. He does. Knocked down Josh Gordon there. Would have been nice if he'd cut off that route, just sat down. He would have been wide open. Instead, he ran towards the coverage. Not the end of the world, but it does mean that we, on first down, we do not get positive yardage with the incompletion there. We'll call the halfback draw just to get back to that fumble. Big momentum shift, certainly. We're looking to score the first points of the game. We were about to be first and goal from about the 3-yard line instead. Not good. There Julius Peppers pops in, makes the tackle for the 1-yard loss. So the momentum of these Browns officially over and done with. I think that's fair to say. With 2 straight plays there, first the incompletion. Now we're actually backing up with Tate being dropped 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. We'll look to go. Nope, Manziel improvising here. Nowhere to go. He tries to, and are you kidding me? Wow. Tries to get it off. Peppers with the giant sack, bringing us back 18 yards. Manziel had all day to throw. I'll keep the replay up here. Manziel, I thought had all day to throw this one. He actually completed the throwing motion and just didn't get it off. Wow. That is brutal. Mesko into punt from the back of his own end zone. That was a disastrous possession. First, we drive the field. The fumble forces us to head back out on offense. This time, not in the red zone as we had been. And unfortunately, here with the terrible offensive possession, combining that with the punt, we end up giving up a touchdown. Just starting so far on our own end, not much our defense can do about that. Our defense, I'll say this, our defense has been absolutely phenomenal all year long, providing us with so much support. Today, you can't blame them for allowing a touchdown there. We give one of the most dangerous offenses in the league that short of field. They're going to hurt you with it. Fortunately for us, we're kickstarting this run game just a little bit. Ben Tate around the corner there for 9 yards. That's a solid gain. On second down, I think the best thing for us to do would be to make an aggressive play call. We don't necessarily have to put the ball in the air if we don't want to. On 2nd and 1, Jordan Cameron does come open. Then Julius Peppers, are you freaking kidding me? Julius Peppers, who was gone from the play. Julius Peppers is eating our lunch today. My goodness, Julius Peppers appeared completely out of the play. I'm hoping to get a replay on this before it jumps ahead to the sim. He just came out of nowhere. You can see there he was right behind. We will get a replay on this, folks. He was right behind. That would have been number 85, Santonio Holmes, coming over the middle. And we just were guilty of trying to sling this ball in there just a little too much. And Peppers, a guy, and you can see how much he elevates on this play to pick this ball off. My goodness. Wow, very athletic play, makes the catch at the peak of his jump. I just did not see him dropping back. It doesn't help that he's wearing green on a green field, but right behind Holmes when the ball was thrown. And, hey, you got to give the guy credit. And unfortunately, for the first time in this series, we are down by quite a bit. We have generally held the lead throughout almost all of our games en route to a 6-0 record. Today, things not going so well. Manziel throws the pick there, his first interception of the day. But that hurts. Here he gets it off to Jordan Cameron, who's off to the races. He's got a nice carry there. Yards after the catch, 26 yards. We have got to score before the half here, I think. Fortunately for us, now here's our saving grace. Here's the silver lining. We fortunately will be receiving after the half. So if we are even able to just put up 3 points here, if we're able to score after the half, we're in a one-score game. And who knows? Even if we're able to score 2 touchdowns, then boom, all of a sudden we have the lead. So no reason to panic yet. The fumble was a really bad break in the red zone. The pick there, you got to give credit to Julius Peppers. The coverage, I did not see him, and he made an amazing play to make the pick. Credit to him. Most defensive backs, even, much less a guy who spent almost his entire career playing defensive line, not even linebacker, but playing defensive line in Carolina and Chicago, making a ridiculously athletic play to bring that football down. You got to give credit where credit's due, but hopefully we can piece this game back together. We cannot panic, and we can hit wide-open receivers like Josh Gordon right there, who makes that catch, sits down, and is brought down. And that's a beautiful thing, because just like practice, this is going to give us a chance with the clock running under 2 minutes with just 21 yards between us and the end zone to really slow this play down, kill time, disallow the Packers from having a lot of time to put any points up on the board. The key block here is going to be Thomas on Matthews as we take off on the left-hand side. Matthews, of course, our right, their left outside, or pardon me, our left, their right outside linebacker. Watch for him coming up. He's the guy with the hair, obviously. Joe Thomas, our left tackle, number 73, going to kick out to block him. Here he engages, and ouch. Unfortunately for us, with Tate bouncing that one outside, actually Thomas did not get a great block on Matthews. The real issue there, though, was the fullback, who's been one of our biggest issues all season. The preseason saw us have Obania, the incumbent real-life Cleveland Browns fullback there in that spot, who was great. We brought in, for whatever reason, the management brought in Hilliard, wanted him to play, cut Obania, and Hilliard's been a well, you hate to rip on a guy, but he's been a disaster for all intents and purposes. There's Antonio Holmes, hit and stripped over the middle. 3rd and 11. Fortunately for us, again, we are in easy field goal range, even by Billy Cundiff standards. And I'm not concerned about not scoring here. The only thing that would prohibit that would be a turnover. And the last thing we're going to do here is put the ball in a place that is at risk. We're going to, if the choice is to take a 50-50 touchdown or interception or throw the ball away here, we're going to do the conservative thing and throw the football away. We will try and advance, though, because that is why we're playing the game. However, we do want the guaranteed points here. And Manziel rolling doesn't appear to be a whole lot. He'll take off, and he is caught from behind. Peppers, who's been the bane of our existence today. Still a nice run for Manziel, getting in and around the outside there, breaking contain. Still only a 6-yard gain, bringing up 4th and 4. Cundiff coming into the game. He should crack this goose egg. There we go. We put up 3 points, 13-3 the score. Again, Brown set to receive, and we do kill a lot of time. Before the break. Only 37 seconds available for the Packers. They come out. They're content to just run it out, which means that we start the second half with the football. We will have a score 13-3 for the Packers. We cannot take the lead on this possession, which is unfortunate, but we can put a dent in the existing lead. And with our defense playing the way it has all season, we don't need to put up 80 points a game to get wins. There, Nate Burleson makes a nice catch. Johnny Football, you can see, aside from the pick, having a decent game. 60% completions, 136 yards, on pace for just about 250, which is, I think, about what we can come to expect from him. 250 a game extrapolates to 4,000 on the season. With that being said, we are a relatively pass-oriented team. Our run game really hasn't done a whole lot this year. So 250 a game, if we can do that, I'm very happy with that output. Of course, the interception hurts. The lack of a touchdown hurts. But who knows? Without the fumble, I know we will blame Johnny Manziel for the interception. But remember that fumble in the red zone took what was a likely touchdown away. There, Jordan Cameron moves up the field and so close to breaking that one for a big gain. Cameron went the whole first half without a catch. I just realized that he was the intended receiver on that play that was intercepted. I do believe that Cameron could have gone the distance potentially on that play had the ball actually made it to him. Peppers standing up, just stealing that football. But Cameron getting involved now, which is great. Tate with room off the right side. Tate's broken this run. The free safety back. Ben Tate, his first broken run of the season, finally breaks one around the right-hand side. That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. He's over 50 yards on the game, and this is a normal place where I would look to move him into the and oh wow, I can actually change some of the packages. I cannot custom change. I was not aware of this. I cannot customize which players I bring in. I can tweak things a little bit, so maybe that's something we look at. I didn't even think to check that. There I go. I discover something live on camera. That's awesome. So it is possible for us to maybe get Josh Gordon into situations such as this in future scenarios. Manziel under pressure tries to get it off. Unable to do so. Godfrey just comes free up the middle. Not much you could do on that play, unfortunately. The Packers with their complex 3-4 blitzing schemes, Peppers and Matthews, the two dominant outside linebackers, just killing us in the pass rush today. Brown's offensive line not necessarily doing a great job. We do have to be smarter on the blitz pickup as the QB, and that one really hurts. That one stings because that means we are going to have to probably convert back-to-back passes here. Play clock running out. We look to Cameron, and he could come open. He gets there for the touchdown. Touchdown, Jordan Cameron on the post route. We just snuck that one by the defender. Very lucky to do so. That one could have been picked off, and that's the difference between a Julius Peppers and Godfrey. Is that who's back? Bradford, the linebacker. This is a play, and granted, Manziel put some more air under this one, but that's one that a guy Julius Peppers' size and athleticism is going to stand up and steal, whereas this one was Manziel standing in with pressure in front of him and just making a great play on. That is phenomenal, and that is going to be worthy of a little thumbnail here. We'll get the pressure in his face. There we go. Johnny Football delivering that touchdown strike, his first of the day, keeping the streak alive. He's thrown a touchdown in every game he's played, which is great. And the best part there, on a 10-0 run, the Cleveland Browns, from their defense, get a stop. 3-0. We pick up on the 17-yard line. 13-10 the score. That is excellent. Tate with room again off the right-hand side. Demolishes one guy, and he's off to the races again, up to the 46-yard line of the Packers. Tate, two big runs off the right-hand side, and Tate has finally been ignited. This is a guy who's yet to crack 100 yards on the season, or even come that close. I think his best performance so far this year has been just around the 65-yard mark. Today he's already 20 above that. He's got just 15 yards to go to break that number, and that is a wonderful sign for us. Getting some run support in here. Manziel looks up to Burleson, who makes a nice play. He does get tackled there by, it looked to be A.J. Hawk rallying to the football, but Burleson finds a nice way to just kind of roll off that play and fight for a few extra yards. That's great for him. Burleson, I got to say, though he's not a huge piece of our offense, has done a very nice job when called upon. Here we just check it down to West, the third-string halfback, who's in because of Tate just being a little bit winded, I imagine, at the moment. And he makes a nice catch there out of the backfield, gets up for the first down. Browns officially with their momentum back. They've scored on 2 consecutive drives after a bad turnover, followed by a punt, followed by another bad turnover. They've now scored on 2 consecutive drives, and they're driving again here. Peppers, the bane of our existence, makes another tackle there, and he actually shuts down Ben Tate, kind of breaking his string of really nice carries, which is a shame. However, we'll take the last couple, even if it means that we had to give up a bad play on that one. Here we're just going to roll to the right-hand side. Manziel hoping to split the defenders. He doesn't. He fumbles the football. B.J. Raji, the nose tackle, picks it up. That one looked to come out really late. I'm hoping to challenge that one. That one should, by all accounts, be challengeable. That one came out really late, it looked like. And I will do everything in my power to challenge that play. We do not have the ability to do that just yet. But that play should be reviewed. It really should be reviewed. It appeared to come out late. And with the replay coming up there, I would love to challenge this one. I don't know if we're going to get the opportunity to do that. It's a booth review. Thank goodness. Hopefully that's overturned. Looked like it came out really late. We'll see here. And the reality is it is. It is turned over. Manziel goes for a 10-yard run. up the left-hand side. And on 3rd and inches, we find ourselves in the very advantageous place of just being able to put our heads down on the QB sneak and run this one through, which is great. That is fabulous news. Manziel just trips forward for 2 yards, and that gets to the fourth quarter, folks. Browns down 13-10 in the fourth quarter, but driving. They're on a 10-point run, starting with a 2-minute drill at the end of the first half. The Browns defense has stiffened up. We're not looking to turn the ball over anymore. We have turned the ball over a couple times, which has hurt us. Fortunately, though, today, with this drive, we're moving the ball effectively. We are in scoring range to tie this one up with 7 minutes left. Hopefully, we are able to do that. Here, we're looking to throw the ball to Burleson and Holmes, just running those little corner routes. We will duck it into Holmes, who comes back to the football to make the catch. I love that. Shielding out the corner. He's brought down pretty quickly, but still a gain of 5 yards, up to the 17-yard line of the Packers. All in all, I'll take that play. We'll go to Tate here on the left-hand side. Tate's had trouble running on the left-hand side today. Matthews there. We'll give him another try. Maybe his last one if he's not able to make it. Here, though, he keeps it inside, which is good. Does not allow Matthews the opportunity to fight off the block and contain. And there, Matthews does a nice job, or pardon me, Tate does a nice job getting the 4.5 yards we need to set up 3rd and inches. Manziel in again just to cover the football and bring this one up the field, and he gets 3 yards there up the gut. Very nice work. Alex Mack working against one of the best interior guys in the business, and B.J. Raji, the huge nose tackle, former first-round selection of the Packers. And all in all, nice play there by the offensive line, getting the push they need to set us up well here. Gresham checks into the game at the secondary tight end spot. 1st and 10. We can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. It's going to be difficult. We'd have to really fire this one. And here we go to the end zone. Antonio Holmes touchdown. Finds the hole in the zone. Manziel, his 2nd of the day. And that is a beautiful thing. Johnson and Gresham there to celebrate. We just fire that one in there. And that one goes for the score. Excellent stuff. And the ensuing Packers drive, unfortunately, appears to be going well. And fortunately for us, we do keep our lead. Big drive there by the Packers, driving almost the entire length of the field. Finally, we get a stop. Something to keep an eye on is that Ben Tate, with just 9 carries on the day, is just 9 yards shy of his first 100-yard game as a Brown. And he appears that he will get that on this carry. And he fumbles the football, and Godfrey picks it up. Are you kidding me? That is the 3rd fumble of the day for this Brown squad. The Manziel fumble was overturned. But that is the second one that is not going to be that. There's no way in hell that was not a fumble, and that's a disaster because that goes for 2 plays and a touchdown. The Packers went for the 2-point conversion, did not get it, which is great news for us because it keeps the game at a 5-point margin. However, with 3:42 left in the game, we're gonna have to put up a touchdown here, folks. No guarantee we get the football back after this if the Packers are able to run this clock out. And Manziel dancing, throws it away. Just nothing doing for him on that play. Would have loved to see Santonio Holmes head up the field there when Manziel rolled towards his side. No such luck. We'll go to the shotgun here. Nothing fancy now, folks. We're just looking to advance this football. Not in 4-down territory yet, but would be very nice to not have to make that decision. Wow. Manziel looking at Cameron there, his worst throw of the day, his first truly terrible throw, completely uncatchable, throws it about 5 yards wide of the intended receiver, and we're gonna have to convert on 3rd down here, folks. Again, don't think we're in 4th down territory just yet. However, would be devastating to not get a first down here to our chances of winning this one. Fortunately, Hawkins comes open in the slot and he stays in bounds. Excellent, 14-yard reception on the little flat corner route, let's call that, and we get the first down. Very, very lucky there. We advance the football after 2 incompletions, and we don't have to try anything stupid with still more than 3 minutes left in this football game. Manziel going to roll here. He's going to take off, take a slide, and that goes for 6 yards. We won't go huddle here. No huddle. We'll get Burleson clearing out. Would be wonderful to hit one of our receivers who's heading out of bounds. We'll get Gordon running the fly. And Cameron will just get him running the fade. Sure, why not? Send them both up. We're going to check down to Holmes, though. Cameron was open, and Holmes turns it upfield. Nice play there. He gets around the side, and that's 18 yards, folks. Wow. Was hoping to just get out of bounds to stop the clock. Instead, Holmes takes that little zig route and turns into a giant gain. Well, relatively speaking, giant gain. It's a giant gain when you expect 5 yards, you get 18. That's not bad at all. Holmes showing his athleticism there. Looking to run. We're going to change out of this play. Gresham in for the very tired Jordan Cameron. We'll look to give, and we will give it to Gresham. Hopefully he gets out of bounds. No, he heads right up the field. And though he might have been torn out of bounds there, 15 yards for him, laying out one guy. And fortunately now, I think with us being on the 26-yard line of these Packers, driving well, again, Browns scored 3 straight offensive possessions, which is wonderful. They started slow today, but have been dominant since, with a field goal, 2 touchdowns, both through the air from Johnny Manziel. When with 3 minutes left at the 26-yard line of the Packers, we're going to take off on the run game. Tate lays out one guy, and then Matthews comes from the complete other side of the formation to make the play. Credit to Matthews. My goodness, that guy just never stops running. He's lightning quick, so powerful. And keep in mind, folks, he's matched up today with a future Hall of Famer in Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas doing everything he can just to contain the Dynamo. And likely what's the last play before the end of the first half. Gresham makes the catch, and he's knocked out of bounds. By the way, folks, forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, no injuries yet. That's what brings it up to me with Cameron missing 2 plays, though he's back. No injuries, no transactions to report on this Brown squad. I will always update that at the beginning of the video. So if I do not, then there's nothing to mention. So 2:20 left. Again, we can get a first down here, though it would be difficult to do so. Looking to score here or keep the clock running. Get to the 2-minute warning would be fine. We're going to go ahead. We're going to check it down to the fullback, Ike Hilliard, who makes a little play there. 2 yards is tackled immediately by who looks to be the strong safety. Godfrey is pitching up 2nd and 8. That will get us to the 2-minute warning. We just call a play to officially get us there. And unfortunately, in this situation, a field goal doesn't do us much good. A field goal does not get us a score. We're gonna have to get into the end zone, and I feel as though passing the ball is certainly the best way to get there. Cameron will get him running out. Holmes is cutting in. Gordon is cutting in. No time pressure really with us being this far already. Clock currently stopped, though. I would love to use up as much time as possible. So here we go. At the 9-yard line of the Packers, pressure on. We stand back. Cameron comes open. He can't. Not only can he not turn it upfield, but he cannot hold on to the football. There, the defender got his hand right in there to break that pass up. And so 3rd and 8 upcoming. This is likely 4-down territory, folks. I think we need to take 2 shots here into the end zone, because if we're not successful in getting the touchdown here or a first down here, that means that we're going to have to give the ball back to the Packers anyways. Not much use in kicking a field goal and giving it to the back of their 20. I'd rather them take it over on downs at their own 9 and then have our defenders try and get the stop. So likely 4-down territory. I'd love to hit Gordon here in the corner. I might just throw it up, though depending, we might be better to save that for the next play. Play clock running out. We snap the football. We roll left. Gordon in the back of the end zone, and he holds up for no reason. Manziel may have been able to take off there. I want to check the replay quickly. Manziel, it might have been best to just take off on that play, though. No, I don't think it was. Guys coming over, and we did stop. Manziel did stop to check his feet. Maybe he could have got to the corner. But when you have a pitch and catch this easy, that needs to be made. That is a high school level play. And just miscommunication. Gordon held up for there's nobody in front of him. Gordon holds up for no reason, which is a real drag. Don't know why he stopped running there, but he did. He did stop running, and Manziel tried to lead him. Just an inaccurate pass. Cameron going to be the main target here heading out. Burleson will get him running the curl. Gordon heading out. This is 4th down. Not necessarily the end of the game, folks, but we definitely want to convert on this play here. Tate will be the backup play, and we will check it down to Tate. Does he run into coverage? It's knocked down. He runs too far into coverage, and it's a turnover on downs. Game not over yet. Game not over yet. However, that is a big blow to our chances. We decide not to kick the field goal, which may prove in retrospect to be the better play. Negative 3 yards, 3 yards, and then 3 yards. There we go. I love this. So the reality is this situation plays out very well. It costs us 3 timeouts, but we trust our defense. It works out. And we now have 1:25 to drive the field and win the game. We have no timeouts to assist us in doing this, but we have our hopes and dreams. And right away, bad. Bradford comes completely unchecked up the field. We're going to have to go without a break in play. We're going to just have to run this play. 2nd and 18. Manziel going to roll. He has nowhere to go. He's going to have to, and he can't even head up. He gets out of bounds. He gets 2 yards of positive yardage and is able to get out of bounds. Nobody really available. That first play, an absolute disaster. With the play action, just no ability for Manziel to possibly escape from that oncoming defender. It comes right up Main Street. Look to Benjamin here, potentially in the slot. Benjamin, a real speed burner, would love to sneak it in there. And he comes open in front of the safety. He makes the catch down at the 45-yard line of the Packers. We will not call we have no ability to call a timeout here. Clock running. We're going to have to get this ball off. Would love to hit Hawkins, have him head right out of bounds. And Benjamin, open again. The safety comes over, knocks it down. Benjamin, wish he had the ability to just sit down there. Benjamin was wide open on that play with the breakage in play. I'll bring up the instant replay there. Benjamin, you can see there's nobody around this guy. Absolutely nobody for approximately 10 yards. The closest guy has his momentum actually carrying away from the play. Would have loved to see Benjamin just sit down at the 25-yard line, make the catch. We could have gone up, spiked the football. Everyone would have been happy. Fortunately for us, the free safety on the Packers, whoever they are, don't know their name offhand, has bad hands, and so they do not intercept the football. And we live to see another play. Hopefully we live to see a few more. We'll send Cameron straight up the field. If he's able to blow by Peppers, I'd love to sneak it in there. He does, and he makes the nice catch. That's a first down. We don't want to throw to the middle of the field if we can help it. However, I think we had to there potentially. Would love to hit Gordon or Hawkins heading out, and we roll right. Cameron open. The free safety comes up, makes the pick, and that will end the game, folks. Interception at a bad time. Shouldn't have pulled the trigger and did. Clock running out. Cameron was open over the middle of the field. Would love to get an instant replay here before the sim takes over. They're going to show us the manual replay. Or the automatic replay. I want to see the manual version. Rolling out there, if we fire it into Cameron, we did have an ouch. That sucks. Josh Gordon was heading right up there. I think he would have been carried out of bounds, as so often happens. But Manziel under a lot of heat. We give it in, and the reality is if Cameron comes back, that's just a poorly thrown football. Cameron's got to come back to that football, and we should have let him appropriately. Manziel just overthrew it a little bit. Don't necessarily regret throwing that football, just should have placed it better. I think Cameron would have had the first down. The free safety who dropped the ball in the last one just steps up, makes the play there, and the Browns will lose their first game of the season. Cleveland falls to 6-1 in Lambeau Field against the Packers, just unable to come back. A couple of lost fumbles really hurts, but you got to give these guys credit. They didn't give up. They fought to the end. Just a couple of maybe misplaced throws, but not the end of the world. We'll come back fighting next week in week number 8. Manziel, 22 of 35, 298 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 2 picks. Aaron Rodgers, 19 of 29 for 214, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Manziel actually did get outplayed, but not by too much. The 2 picks, though, really hurt. Ben Tate, 12 carries, 104 yards. Eddie Lacy, 11 for 20, 1 touchdown. Manziel, 3 for 37. The issue today was the fumble. Of course, Ben Tate giving that one away, which really hurt. Receiving-wise, Chris Harper led the game with 5 catches. The Browns, though, getting nice performances from Josh Gordon, though, again, the fumble in the red zone really hurt. Really cost us a guaranteed 3 points there. In this game, 1 possession was everything. Antonio Holmes, 4 for 41 and a touchdown. Jordan Cameron with the other touchdown there. The touchdown for the Packers going to Jared Abbrederis, the rookie receiver. 3 catches, 45 for a touchdown for him. Defensively, Charles Godfrey led the game with 8 tackles, leading the way. Dante Hittner for the Browns. Sacks in this game, 3, all for the Packers. Peppers, Godfrey, Bradford, Manziel fighting for time to throw the football today, and Peppers and Godfrey chipping in the picks. Godfrey chipping in the one that ended today's game. Mason Crosby, 3 of 3. Billy Cundiff, 1 of 1. Punting-wise, Tim Mastay, 47.6. Zoltan Mesko, 1 for 48. Kick returns, boom. Punt returns, boom. And that is the game, folks. Unfortunately, Browns lose. Browns lose. Fall to 6-1 on Monday. That's a drag. It's a Monday and we lose. That sucks. But that's all right. We'll be back tomorrow. And hopefully Browns get right back on top. We'll be at the halfway point of the regular season next week. Hopefully we can celebrate with a victory. Until next time, thank you so much for joining me, guys. My name is Tuxedo T-Shirt. And until tomorrow, I'm out.